Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Kianita, Head Department of Mass Communication from St. Francis College for Women, Hyderabad. On behalf of our management and Department of Mass Communication, I welcome you all to this national webinar. I thank our management, Principal Sister Sandra Horta, Vice Principal Dr. Sister Shirley for their support and encouragement in all our endeavors. I would like to acknowledge the presence of my department faculty members, Mr. Clement, Ms. Angela, Ms. Sarah and Mr. Ravi, non-teaching faculty Ram and Sridhar. I thank them for their hard work and support. It's a great privilege for me to introduce our speaker today, who is going to talk to us about understanding and decoding fake news. This is a subject in which we shall all be deeply interested because of the increasing amount of fake news on social media and the chaos it's creating everywhere. Our speaker, Mr. Gautam Uyala, has organized many awareness sessions on this topic with various organizations and colleges. Mr. Gautam, who completed his post-graduation in mass communications from University of Hyderabad, worked as assistant professor at St. Joseph's Degree and PG College for about 3 years. He has also worked as a guest faculty for various top colleges in the city. Out of the curiosity in the field-based development work, he moved to Confederation of Voluntary Association, COVA, an NGO from Hyderabad as communication officer. Mr. Gautam was part of the Check IT program, an initiative to delegitimize fake news. During this program, with the support of the British Deputy High Commission, Hyderabad, he organized many day-long training programs in Hyderabad and Mahbubnagar district of Telangana state in the year 2018. Currently, Gautam is associated with the corporate communication team of South India's largest crowdfunding platform, Mila.
Already you are aware through the video that I work for Confederation of Voluntary Associations. It's a non-governmental organization. So based in Hyderabad, they do various projects related to social harmony and community empowerment in Hyderabad, India, and like international projects also. So on part of this, we did a project with British Deputy High Commission, Hyderabad. So the project is Check It. So we did a few programs in Hyderabad and in Mahbubnagar. So we taught many diverse participants how to decode fake news and how to empower other individuals who share the fake news. Okay, so after the program with Goa also, I did many sessions with Hyderabad-based city colleges and spiritual organizations to make them aware about the harm fake news does. So let's start with the presentation. So I'll be starting the presentation with basic idea about like fake news, behind fake news, what is that. So we are going to learn about like few basic definitions here. First one is disinformation. So disinformation, I hope everyone can see the presentation, right? So here disinformation means disinformation is false or misleading information that is spread deliberately to deceive people. So mostly disinformation is the one which big organizations or governments wantedly spread in the public to make them believe about certain kind of ideology most of the times. So that is disinformation. Most of the times it is intentionally. They do. The sender knows that this particular information is going to influence the target audience. Disinformation. So next one is misinformation. Misinformation is false or inaccurate information. So even disinformation also, it's an inaccurate one, but the sender most of the times he knows what he is doing. So here misinformation, only very few times the sender knows that the information is not correct, but just he shares with the people just for the sake of fun or like pull other people's legs. So here misinformation spreads like to people most of the time through unintention. Okay, so people don't know that whatever information they receive, they don't know that it is not true, and they think that it is true, and they share it with the people. They forward it to the people just to make other people aware of certain information. So here there are also people who deliberately spread misinformation on communities or certain organizations or certain individuals, or certain, it can be any organization, it can be on college, or it can be on like me, or it can be on you, or it can be on anyone. Okay, there are many people who do deliberate misinformation. So this disinformation and misinformation broadly comes under the term fake news. When we hear about the term fake news, so these disinformation and misinformation are behind. But right now in our society, in the present times, misinformation is ruining like people's lives, we can say. Okay. So the related terms, if you want to know, yellow journalism. Yellow journalism started in America. So they mainly used to write about sensational news or scandal mongering news. So most of the times, this yellow journalism, the journalists who ever write are not well researched pieces. They only write the article so that more number of people will read and more ad revenue will come. Okay, so yellow journalism is one related thing. Most of the time, it is not well researched news, and it is fake news. And propaganda. Propaganda again comes under disinformation. Propaganda, Nazi propaganda is one popular term what we know. Okay, when Nazi Germany is ruling, occupying the nations, they spread a lot of propaganda saying how great they are and how good they want to do to the people. Okay, so propaganda, most of the times the nations know that they are doing. Okay, so for that sense, weapons of mass destructions, where America put blame on Iran for having weapons of mass destruction, has also been proved wrong later. Okay, so that is disinformation for American people to make them believe that a certain country has weapons of mass destruction. Okay, so this happens on daily basis with many countries, even right now also. So the impact of fake news, we need to know it, because see, most of the people might not be aware that many people are being killed because of fake news, right? So in 2018 specifically, the harmful nature of fake news prevailed in this country, especially when child kidnapping videos got surfaced in WhatsApp in 2018. So one video is about like the video is very like a lot of bloodshed in the video, and it's like they are taking some organs out of people. That is one thing. And one more video, because of these two videos across the country, where some random people, some tourists traveling in different places, they got lynched and killed because of fake news. So this particular number, 32 people got killed in 2018 alone, came out from the BBC research piece what they did. Okay, so if you are considering the recent mob lynching, okay, recent mob lynching in Palghar, okay, it happened in Palghar in Maharashtra, where two sadhus and two sadhus and their driver got killed, and police people who tried to intervene in the matter, they got injured. Okay, so later it was revealed that people kill these sadhus and the driver, thinking that these people are thieves. Okay, this particular message that thieves are roaming around in Palghar, these particular messages were arrived in WhatsApp, and people got really panicked, and that is the reason why these sadhus are killed. And this particular issue got like various other politicians and individuals try to politicize this issue, saying that Muslims or other communities were involved, but it is revealed to be false. And the Home Minister of Maharashtra read all the 110, roughly 110 accused names in the press conference to make things calm. Okay, these are the recent from 2018, 19, 20. So these are the recent examples what I can say. And see, fake news is not a new phenomenon. If you're looking at the history, right? looking at the history, fake news has a good history from 1400 AD. Okay, so at that point of time, on each other individuals, on other organizations, other religious organizations, they used to spread fake news. And one of the popular examples, which is related to mass communication, if you're talking about the War of the Worlds, radio broadcast. This is a very popular radio broadcast. Orson Welles is the popular director and actor also. So he used to do radio shows on part of the Mercury Theatre. So he did a radio show. So on 1938, on Halloween day. So he did a radio show. So that is based on the popular book, The War of the Worlds. The radio show started normally. It's like it started normally, and in between the show, they tried to change the format suddenly about how the radio show should go ahead. They introduced the breaking news format. Suddenly, they interrupted the whole show and they started saying that certain aliens like invaded New Jersey, and they are trying to attack people. So these kind of live news they gave in the radio show, and suddenly people got panicked and they started looting shopping malls, and they started running away to far off mountain places near the New Jersey. So this particular show came in central broadcast in CBS radio. So it became very popular, and a lot of research came after that one. So it is revealed that particular radio show is to be fake. So later, Orson Welles gave an interview saying, "We don't know that the impact will be this much." Okay, so fake news is like existing in the world from very long time. Okay, even though it is not through media, also it is through verbally also. If I say something on other person, it is a rumor without knowing information to large number of people. So that will be fake news only. We can say that as fake news. Okay. So coming to the different present scenario, so we need to speak about cognitive dissonance theory. So cognitive dissonance theory. So we need to learn about this particular theory because in the present society, the individuals are like highly. Every single person like came up with certain kind of social, political, religious setting. Okay, each individual has a certain kind of strong beliefs, morals most of the times. Okay, so this cognitive dissonance theory, what it says is an individual human being. Okay, individual human being tries to get information which suits to their present ideology, which suits to their present ideology and which satisfies their present ego. Okay, so if there is any news which suits my ideology, so I look for cognitive consistency. Okay, if I believe in some ideology, I try to get that certain similar kind of information which fulfills my present ideas. Okay, so here we are discussing about cognitive dissonance theory because people tend to ignore information which doesn't suit their personality or idea. Okay, so that is one thing. And second thing is gatekeepers in mainstream media. Okay, so many mainstream news channels and newspapers or radio has gatekeepers. So we can here you can look at the diagram at the right side bottom. Okay, so here the N is the news media and M is the receiver here. So M is the audience, we can say. N is the source of the news item. Okay. So here in mainstream media channels, in a newspaper or news channel, when the reporters bring stories to them, they try to filter out irrelevant information and they try to filter out the not so important news, and they try to filter information which is very controversial. Okay, and out of 5 stories or 6 stories, they will try to only show 3 or 4 stories based upon the policy of the organization also. Okay, so here most of the times popular media houses or media houses per se, they try to filter out the information and they try to provide the right information, well researched information to the audience. Okay, so gatekeepers are very important. Okay, but in the present age of technology, in the present age of social media, the news production is individualized. So, as you're aware, many of the listeners here right now are there in Twitter, social media, or any other social media platform. Okay, so if you are going on the road, okay, and suddenly some person is beating another individual because of some petty issue. So there you have a right to take the video or click a picture and write some context to it and share that particular news. Okay, so now any individual, if they find any particular information is useful for the other people, they try to share, they can always share that message. So here news production is highly individualized. So here, like gatekeepers who has lot of knowledge on the issues, who see whether the source, news editor sees whether the source is genuine or no. So here, most of the times, these people who are there in social media, they are not very much aware of how to look at whether certain source is like genuine or no. Okay, and they try to share information which leads to misinformation. Other people will believe like whatever is being posted, and it will spread in the social media, creating tension or panic most of the times. And yeah, that is news production is individualized. We need to keep that mind. It is very important on our part. Whenever we share any kind of information, we need to cross check whether that particular information is correct. And when we are sharing something live happening, when some fight is going on, and when some fire accident happens, and something happens in some organization, we need to keep the facts correct, and we need to be objective here, and we need to share information. We cannot put out our opinions in a very explicit way. Okay. So now we will try to look at few examples of it. We try to analyze few examples and we'll go ahead. So here, this is one video. I'm going to play this particular video. This particular kidnapping video is shared in 2018 in like Indian WhatsApp group saying that there are child kidnappers in our areas. Okay. So I'm going to play this video. Kindly take a look. So this particular video, what you watched just now, it is being shared in WhatsApp groups like throughout India, not only in Hyderabad, AP, Telangana, South India, but throughout India, saying that there are child kidnappers in the area. So just be aware. Okay. So this video is also one of the reasons why people got lynched, why people got the BBC research piece. What I showed you, 32 people got killed in 2018. Right? So this video is also 18. Right? So one of video is also one of the reasons. So I'm playing the complete. So I'm playing the complete. So kindly mute your. Kindly mute your. Please. So I'm playing the complete video right now. Kindly take it. So this particular video, what you saw just now, this particular video is an awareness video which is made by Karachi, Pakistan, Karachi-based NGO. So just to make people aware about how easy it is to kidnap children on roads. Okay, so I showed you the whole video. Okay, this video, but this video is made into pieces. Okay, where only they showed, they propagated, they sent to people only the certain part where child is being taken. So because of this particular video, panic is being created. Okay, so this is one more video which is like which spread in 2000 a couple of years back. Okay, I think it's in 2018 in Karnataka. At that point of time, Congress and JDS is being ruled is ruling Karnataka. And this particular video shows that a teacher is teaching children a few verses of Quran. Few verses of Quran. Okay. So this particular video was shared among a lot of people, saying that in the Congress in JDS ruled Karnataka, children are being taught namaz. And if this same school is teaching Bhagavad Gita, the media should have shouted so much. So that kind of messages are being shared. Okay. So the this particular video is of two parts. Okay. In the first part, the teacher teaches few Quran verses, and in the second part, the teacher will be teaching Bhagavad Gita verses. Okay. So if we are looking at the whole videos, they are trying to make children aware of the pluralistic society we are living in right now, where there are so many religions, so many communities. We need to respect each other. But intentionally, this particular video, like specifically, they shared only the Quran verses part, and they tried to say that, like, defame the school, and they tried to create certain kind of communal hatred. Okay, so this particular video is also shared by Dr. Aishwarya. She is an editor of fake news website Postcard News. Okay, she also shared the same video, saying that see, children are being taught Quran in the school. Okay, so it's a kindergarten school in Shimoga district, Karnataka, and this particular news is also covered by the mainstream channel, Digvijay 24/7 news channel. So we need to always think about, like, when we are sharing. Okay, just because some message we are receiving, we don't need to share that one. We need to get the facts right. Okay, so this is one more fake news which is being like, this picture is being spread to people, saying, see how Ayappa devotees are being beaten by police. Okay, so as many of you people are aware that Sabarimala protest which happened in Kerala, after the Supreme Court's judgment saying that women should be allowed to enter the temple, popular Ayappa temple, so a lot of protests came out. Many people opposed that move because the particular community, believers of Ayappa, believe that women of menstruating age shall not be allowed to the temple. Okay, so many people got angry and they protested. At that point of time, many police people were deployed in the premises, and many women tried to enter the temple. In Santorium, many people tried to enter the temple. Okay, so there are a lot of, like, fake news came around that time. So I'm looking at this particular fake news here. So you might be wondering why this picture is very neat and very clear, as if we, like, it's like some photo shoot, right, in a marriage ceremony, right? So this particular picture is actually a photo shoot. So an Ayappa devotee, so he he hired one photographer called Midun Krishna. So, and he did this particular photo shoot on, like, to show his love towards the current issue. Actually, to show his love towards the current issue, and to say that police are brutally beating Ayappa devotees. He want to convey that particular message. To convey that message, he did this particular photo shoot. Okay, the person in the photo is Rajesh. Okay, so this particular photo was uploaded in Rajesh and Midun Facebook accounts, and later that photo was lifted and it is tweeted by Delhi MLA Kapil Mishra. So he is popularly known for instigating Delhi riots. So he tweeted saying, see how devotees are treating you. So the below message, what you can see is, in the eyes of this devotee, there is no fear, or certain kind of message. This photo is disseminated with that particular message. So here we need to think of some common sense. Okay, see, when there is any riots or any large scale violence, it's very difficult for a photographer to click such a nice picture. It is very difficult because nobody is going to give that pose. Okay, so we need to think in that way. Okay, so coming to the next example. So again, this is one this is one political example. Okay, the previous one is religious, and this one religious and communal, and this one is political slightly. Okay, so here right side you can see Virat Kohli inviting Narendra Modi for his wedding. when Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma, like when their marriage is fixed, he went to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi to invite for his wedding. Okay. So at that point of time, this particular picture was taken and they did a Photoshop. Okay. Left side image you can see. They did a Photoshop and they put BJP like Kandwa and Tupi, and they propagated this particular image saying that Kohli joined BJP. Okay. And if you're looking at this particular left side image, okay, only with that BJP flag, so it is very clear for people who notice the picture clearly. It is a meme, okay. So on top of top of both the pictures, there is slight line, okay, slight line. It is meme kind of thing. They try to Photoshop. It is very evident that this particular picture is Photoshop. If you are looking at the image very carefully, you will know that. Okay. So at the bottom image, you can see when Ranveer Singh and Deepika Padukone, when they got married, right? So they visited this particular temple, Siddhivinayak temple in Bombay after their marriage. Okay. So in the right side image, you can see both of them wearing orange towel, okay, on them, and on the left side it is edited one. Okay. So these kind of Photoshop images, especially if they are coming out into the public during election time, there are very high chances that the voting pattern might change. Because see, Virat Kohli is a very top cricketer. He has very good fan base, and Ranveer Singh, Deepika Padukone, or Anushka Sharma is quite popular figures. Okay, if we think that these people are supporting certain political party, most of the people, there are educated number who educated people who think, okay, it doesn't matter. There are people like middle class and only not educated people, they think, yeah, arey, my stars are like supporting certain party, I need to support. Okay, so it changes the voting pattern. So we should always be careful when we are sharing this particular message to other people. So this is one more news. Okay, so it says Narendra Modi is the seventh most corrupted prime minister in the world in 2018. So it is written a research by BBC News Hub says. So here most of the people are not aware that BBC News Hub is not British Broadcasting Corporation. Okay, British Broadcasting Corporation is Britain's UK's official broadcasting company. Okay, so BBC News Hub is not anywhere related to the BBC.com. So left side I gave you the source of the website also. So BBC News Hub is some random news portal run by some random people. Okay, and the bottom one, BBC.com, is run by the British government. It's an official broadcasting company of the British government. They always try to they try very well to portray the original news well researched pieces, unlike BBC News Hub. Okay, so this particular message, many people when they see, they think that BBC told Narendra Modi is corrupted. We don't know that he is corrupted or no, but it is fake news. Okay. So here, this particular slide tells us about some fake job offers or fake corporate deals or phishing messages or sales offers. Okay, so these days it is very evident that many people get calls saying that you will be given a job at an airport, or they will receive a call saying just install 4G internet on your building within 72 hours and we will give you some 70,000 per month and 45 lakh. So you should always be careful and think that in such short amount of time, okay, in 72 hours of time, nobody is going to give you 5 lakh and medical insurance and 70,000 rent. Okay, so these kind of processes will take time. We need to keep that in mind. Okay, so, and I also heard a case where my friend's cousin got duped by some agency saying that they will get him a job in an airport. Okay, that is when they did few calls to the airport and to that particular airlines, it is proved to be fake. Okay, so this is related to like government jobs or private jobs or any sales offers. So always you need to be aware and you need to call the numbers which are there and like all the organization official contact numbers also to cross check. Okay, so right now we are looking at the health one. So presently we are under a lot of bad circumstances. The whole world we are facing COVID. Okay, so I'll also speak about that particular issue after this particular slides. But before that one, these are a couple of popular fake news which go around generally. Top right one is about the carapil drug, okay, which is the drug from which is extracted from papaya leaf. So, as many of us are aware that dengue, there is no particular treatment for dengue. Okay, so there is no when we take certain medicine, it's not like it is going to reduce. Okay, there is no particular medication. So just by giving IV fluids and just by increasing the blood platelets, slowly the disease will go off. There is no specific medication which will take away the disease. Okay. So this is a fake news, and we should not fall for this one. And left side one you can see the image, right? Left side one bottom. So there is by keeping all the animals, okay, in a face shape. In a face shape, this particular photo is being made just randomly, and within that one they included small camel, okay, somewhere in some part, and they said that if you are noticing that particular camel in the picture, that means you have no Alzheimer's, or you will not get Alzheimer's. But this is completely true. This particular news is fact checked by Boom Live, and they also spoke to neurobiologist, and she outrightly told this kind of particular news will only create panic among people. There is no such kind of exercises which is existing. Okay, so these two are like proper fake news, health related one. And I want to speak about this particular fake news research done by Boom Live. It's very insightful. And if you see the numbers, okay, they did around 178. Boom Live did around 178 fact checks. Okay, so you can see the from January, February till May. Okay, so you can see they started doing more number of fact checks only in the month of April. Okay, so for example, they in the month of March they did around April they did around 2 to 6 fact checks, and suddenly in the March it spiked around 10 to 12, something like that. Okay, and right side, if you are looking at one more graph, specifically why number of fake news increased in March is because in India from March 13th onwards, March 10th, 13th onwards, number of COVID cases started increasing. So once the cases started increasing, more number of news is being disseminated in WhatsApp and social media. Very good other options also. You can do the Twitter search with keywords, and you can do interesting analysis here. You can do keyframes here. If you put any link here, you will get the keyframes like this. And if you're clicking on the particular image, particular thumbnail, you will get fake news debunker by Invid, E-Verify. And you will have a lot of options to do image reverse search. So this you are only going to get if you are installing this Google extension. Otherwise, without Google extension, you are not going to get this particular option. Otherwise, normally you need to just click on one particular image, and that for that particular image you will get reverse image search options. So you are already aware what can be done with that particular reverse image option. So this particular Invid is specifically for video content, so keep that in mind. It's very important. And left side, whatever options you have, you already have tutorials here. This is a tutorial one. Tutorial is very easy. For each feature you have videos. Kindly take a look at that, right? So with this one I am ending my presentation. So if you have any doubts, you can ask, and thank you so much for listening very patiently. I thank Anita especially for giving me this opportunity, and I thank the administration of St. Francis College, principal, correspondent, vice principal, teaching and non-teaching staff and students, and for all the others who listen to my presentation. Thank you so much. I also thank Mazhar Hussain Saab, Executive Director of Confederation of Voluntary Associations, for giving me this space to do various sessions with different organizations. Thank you so much once again. If anybody want any sessions to be done anywhere, you can always contact me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gautam.